arts, culture, and entertainment in the Coachella Valley. This is The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. from the Mutual Broadcasting System. Here's Bonnie.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm happy to have you here, and happy to welcome to the show Taryn Manning, who played Tiffany Doggett in the hit series Orange is the New Black Netflix series, and has a really varied career, and we're happy to have her here. Hi, Taryn. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So I was looking through your bio, and I found something really interesting, that you were born in Falls Church, Virginia. I was born in Washington, D.C., and grew up in that area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so
far
much.
Away.
Let's see, and you lived there how old were you? And then you moved to Arizona, right?
Yeah, that's where my love for the desert came in. I went back and forth because my mom and dad separated when I was young, so I spent a lot of time out there, but just mostly summertime.
So tell us how you got started. Did you start performing very young as a kid?
Yes. Yeah, I started performing young. I was more into ballet and jazz and musical theater and stuff like that. And then my brother and I started a band together, and then that kind of led into me moving to Hollywood and then the acting stuff. I was taking acting classes, but I was really more, motivated by my dance and my singing stuff. But then I got an agent somehow, and then I started going out for auditions for acting, and it went pretty well right away.
Yeah, I'm looking at this episode, had roles in episodes in The Practice, Get Real, NYPD Blue, and Popular. Then you made a guest appearance on the TV series Boston Public in a role that was written for you. That's always nice. Yeah, and then so tell me about how you segued into Orange is the New Black. How did that happen?
Wow, so I started off pretty young. So all those that you read off were, my younger age, and Orange was about, I'd say, my mid-30s. It was just one of those things where, I've been doing it a long time, and it was wild. I got the offer out of nowhere, and it was not written to be a very big part, and the part was pretty awful. Like, she was a really crummy person, and I was like, oh, this is rough. But then my manager was talking about Netflix and how they're like they've been experimenting with this streaming platform, and because I think Netflix started off as like you could rent like a movie or something.
Yeah.
And, so this whole this new journey of theirs was newer, and so he was like, it's Genji Cohan from Weeds, and just a new platform, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a try. And then I had to move to New York, and that was for 7 years. That was a interesting journey. So it really kind of changed my life, the whole show, and then the popularity of it too was really exciting. So glad I said yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge hit. And I was interested about this, that the creator decided it was time for the show to end, and Netflix agreed. So did she just feel that the story had run its course, that all the stories had been told?
I feel like there's a few variables. I feel like one, she was really interested in ending it while it was still
popular.
Yeah, while it was still hot. I think it could have gone a couple more seasons. Honestly, we were all bummed, but and also the creator had started working on her show called Glow, and I think her interest changed a little bit. And if Netflix agreed, they probably just wanted it to go out with a bang.
Yeah. I'm looking at another thing in your bio, that you were part of season 16 of the celebrity version of Worst Cooks in America. I love this, but quit the season in the second episode after refusing to eat a chicken foot. Good for you.
I told them that, and they said, oh, we won't do anything like that. I told them that I didn't eat meat. I have a huge love for animals. And then they tried to get me with that. It was like a chicken foot that still had the nails on it.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was disgusting. It was awful. So because I told them after the first episode, they kept doing it to me, and then that just took the cake, and I had to go. Because I was like, how much worse is this going to get?
Yeah, that was gross. So what's next for you as far as acting? And then I'll ask you about your music stuff, because I know but as far as acting, what's next for you?
Well, unfortunately, there was a strike for a really long time. It's just kind of like getting back. Hollywood's just getting back. It's taking a minute to we were just talking about it yesterday on my podcast. Like Hollywood's just kind of lagging. But so as far as acting goes, I mean, there's some offers, and also there's tons of auditions. See, nowadays you put yourself like on tape for everything, and you send it in. Ever since the pandemic, it's like a new, there's no like in-person meetings anymore. It's unfortunate, but because I always loved meeting people in person. But yeah, so right now, there's always stuff going on. Like I said, there's a couple of movie offers. There's always independent movie offers, and I'm considering them. But right now, I'm really focused on my podcast and my acting academy that I'm opening up in Palm Springs.
Let's talk about that. Yes. So when do you have a target date for that?
Yeah, the target date was supposed to be in February.
Okay.
But, construction kind of can get held up for various reasons. So we're really hoping for about March 15th is when I'm going to start teaching classes, and I'm going to offer Zoom classes. There's going to be in-person classes. The studio is turning out really, really beautiful. I'm really excited about it. And I love teaching. So I'm hoping that, there's definitely a community out here in the Coachella Valley that, tons of performers and stuff. So
absolutely.
I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So how did you, yes, I've been in Palm Springs now 25 years, and I'm a singer and actress as well. That was a lot of, but when did you first come out here, and when did you make that decision, hey, I want to open an academy here?
When I first moved out here, it was during Orange. I got my house because I had my place in New York, and then I've always loved it here. I grew up in Arizona, like you said earlier, so anytime I'd come out here, either for Coachella or Stagecoach or, a weekend just to relax, I was like, gosh, I just love it there. And I would tell my friends I'm going to live there one day since I was young. And I finally did it. With Orange, I saved some money and I found my place. I would say it was 2018.
Okay.
And it's just been wonderful. I just love it out here. I really do.
So are
really special place.
Are you here, based here more so, and you just go back and forth to LA when you need to?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much based here. I had a place in LA, and it was like right in the middle of during all the George Floyd stuff. Like that was like right where everybody was bashing windows, and and I was like, you know what? It's so peaceful out there. I'm gonna just spend more time out there for now until all this calms down. And then it was like, take the pandemic hit, and then I was like, you know what? I'd rather be out there and just relax. Yeah. And so I got rid of that apartment and I drive there, but I'm used to the drive now. You leave at a good time. It's an easy drive.
So tell me something about your podcast. Where can people hear it and tell us about it?
It's not out quite yet. I've already banked 8 episodes, even some local celebrities out here, but it's called One Fine Day, and we're aiming for a mid-March, and you can find that Spotify, Apple. It'll be on YouTube, all the basic places that you would go look, and it's cool. It's about, really just having interesting conversations with people like that's how we are right now, and then also profiling people and their acting careers, or their process with acting, how they go about creating their characters, and just kind of fun stuff like that. And yeah, just talking about life as an actor, really, and also just their lives in general.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, you said it's called One Fine Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
One Fine Day.
All right, let's switch gears for a minute and just talk about your music. What's happening with your music right now?
Well, music's always been like I said, the forefront. And my brother and I, we've been writing have a group called Boomcat. Boomkat, and we've been writing a slew of songs. I have a little recording studio in my house, but basically just writing a lot and just recording stuff. And I have so many songs. I just whenever I just get okay, I'm gonna put it out. Hopefully people will listen. So it's one of those things where it's I'm a working actor and a struggling musician. Even though I think my music's pretty good, and like I said, I've been doing it so long, but yeah, it's a labor of love. I truly love it. It makes me happy. I know I can always come home and play my guitar or just chill with music when things get rough, like with acting, you know, like the strike and stuff. Like, really, no one can take that away from me. So it's just a real part of just like who I am.
So I'm just curious, since you're going to be opening this academy, if some young actor, aspiring actor or actress, you know, I don't know, 17, 18, came to you and said, what advice would you give me in general about pursuing an acting career in 2024? What would you say to them?
Well, I would let them know, like, because one thing I always say is that I'm not a dream crusher, because the best thing about acting is that every single part, like there's a part for everybody. Like there's, you know, it doesn't take just someone beautiful or just someone great. It doesn't, you know, it takes like all the ingredients, and it's like, you know, it's down to like just professional, nice, perseverance, and just honing your craft and knowing that it's like a hard road, and really understanding the true meaning of rejection. And that's probably the most negative part of it, but there's so much good, and it's so like, it's so much fun, you know. It's really a blast, you know. It's like escapism. You get to go into a whole other character. But I would say always have something else you truly love to do, like how I love my music on the side. Not saying spread yourself thin and have another career. I'm saying have something else you truly love to do, like if you love to paint or you love to remodel cars, because it can be very like soul crushing, you know, when you get so close to getting a role, it comes down to you and someone else, or even trying to find an agent. That the only way to kind of like balance that out is by having some other things you love to do.
Right.
Some of our biggest pieces of advice.
Yeah. Well, if somebody wanted to find out more about your music or the academy, maybe they were interested in that, where would they go to find information?
Yeah, so I would say like right now the best place to find me is on my Instagram, and that's at Taryn Manning, spelled my name, and that's TarynManning. And then soon we will have the website launched for the academy, but basically any information about that, it will be on my Instagram. You can DM me. I read everything, and that's probably the best place to start. Well, and then I'll direct them to my staff.
Okay.
Get going.
Well, welcome to Palm Springs. I'm glad that you're here now, and your academy sounds like it's going to be really exciting. So thank you for being here, and continued success in all your projects.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you, Taryn Manning, and we'll see the rest of you next time on The Desert Scene.
This program was produced by the Mutual Broadcasting System.